21st century.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I have a very special model unboxing, and you can see it right here, the Gemini Jets 1/400 scale Delta Bombardier CRJ-900. This is in the Comair 30 years of flight livery. So this is one of the older Delta Connection CRJ-900 releases. This is actually the rarest Delta Connection CRJ-900 that has been made in 1/400 scale. In terms of like production run. Of course, in terms of value, the regular livery version of the 2008 release is more rare than this one, but this one is still the most rare in terms of there were less of these produced. So yes, that is very exciting right here. And as you can see, we do have the box, which we will do a quick review of right here. It does have like the old Gemini Jets Delta box style right here with the widget right there, which I am a big fan of. I do kind of miss these boxes with the widget right there, as they're very unique. And I mean they're only for Delta, obviously. But we have the Gemini Jets made for collectors by collectors up there. Here is the digital image of the aircraft with a really tiny winglet, by the way. I don't know if that's like just intentional to show like more of this, or if they just like screwed it up with it. It looks really tiny, smaller than it should. But yeah, there's the digital rendering of the aircraft. We have the widget right there, Delta logo and SkyTeam Bombardier CRJ-900 1/400 scale die-cast model. And if we look inside here, there is the yellowed packaging. I don't know if you can see it, but it is yellowed. I don't know if it shows up very well on camera. There is the little look inside thing, which is in white, which is also pretty unique there. Kind of a retro Delta box thing again. Then here's the flap, which you can read if you like. The sides are pretty much the same as any other Gemini box. You can see the aircraft right there. And then and then this is the price I got for it, which is a pretty good deal for this one. £38.95, and then you add on shipping, it ended up being around £48, which is pretty good. I got this from Aviation Retail Direct, so not a bad deal for this model. That is around $60-ish, so I'll take that for this model, and it will be a nice asset for MSP. And then here is the back of the box. So yeah, very nice right here, and we'll get into this thing. I'll try to open it one-handed for you guys so you can get my initial reaction to it. This one has not been unboxed yet. We'll get that out of there. So the first thing we have here, I guess we just have a receipt out. So if the video did just cut out, then that's because I accidentally showed some personal information on a receipt that was inside the box for some reason. And it did have my non-public email address on it, so that might have been the case. So now we'll actually get into the model right here. I'm going to try to be careful about this because I don't want to destroy this brand new and quite rare model, but you can kind of see how it's yellowed. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it is kind of yellowed there on the top. Just to show kind of its age, not that that's a bad thing or anything. I don't really care that much. There's some fuzz on the landing gear there, which I will get off, so we can have a good model right here. And wow, this thing is stunning. So great to have another CRJ-900 in the collection, another Delta Connection CRJ-900, and yes, this thing looks fabulous. So we'll get into our review right here. Wow, definitely a piece of Gemini history here. One of the first Delta Connection CRJ-900s they made in this livery right after the Northwest merger too. So yes, we'll start up here. We have our cockpit windows, little escape hatch up there. Here are I'm going to go into a lot of detail on this one, probably more than a usual unboxing, but we have the nose landing gear doors, and there's the gear itself, which I think it does roll a little bit. I held it in my hand and I thought I like broke it, but I think that was just the landing gear rolling. So that is very impressive. that they were able to get that to roll even back in 2008. Here we have the SkyTeam logo. Here's the L1 boarding door. And then here we have the Delta titles with connection below it right there. And then we also have a beacon right there. No antennae on this model, which I guess is expected. But yeah, we do have beacon there for a little bit of detailing. Here are the Comair titles, which look really cool, kind of like a red gradient right there. Try to get that maybe closer to the camera so you can kind of see this. So I believe this is the only special livery that was ever made on a Delta Connection CRJ-900, if it will focus. There you can kind of see it. I'm not the most stable, but you can kind of see like the gradient from red to white, which looks really cool. And then you can kind of see like the lines that go across the aircraft right there, the red lines, which look really cool. It is a really nice livery, I must say. There's a little debris there, a little bit of residue above the connection. I mean, that is what you'd expect from a used model. I'm pretty sure, I mean, this must be used. There are some other scuffs on it, and we'll get back to those later. Not that I'm too, and also like below the 2007 right there, you can kind of see a little bit. Not that I'm too upset at that. I mean, this is an old model. I'm just happy to have this in my collection because it is just so rare and just such a nice piece to have. But here we have the details on the wings. We have our overwing exits and exit paths right there. Then the other applicable wing detail to the CRJ-900, which is detailed very nice. And then here's the underside of the wing as well, which has all, you know, the appropriate flaps and slats and, you know, all that. And then we also have our winglets here, which are just blue on both sides, but they get the job done. I guess while I'm down here, I'll also show the main gear, which do these roll? I think they're supposed to, but they don't roll. Like I said, not a big deal. I didn't expect them to roll, and I don't need them to roll for anything, so it would just be a little added detail. We also have two luggage doors down there. I don't know if I neglected to mention that or not. I might have mentioned that, but I don't remember for sure. But if I didn't, there they are. And there's like a little thing to cut for fire detail right there. 1997 to 2007, showcasing the 30 years of Comair up to that point. And, well, they didn't last much further than that. But yeah, quite a history for Comair. I don't know all their history. I just really just associate them with Delta and Cincinnati. But I don't know much more about them. I believe they were the one, like, I know since Delta currently operates SkyWest and Denver and Endeavor, not Denver, CRJ-900, SkyWest and Endeavor. I know Endeavor acquired like a lot of the older like CRJ-900 operators like Mesa, and I think they like acquired the Northwest ones, and I believe that Comair was the one that Delta previously had that they did not acquire, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't really know who acquired Comair, or I believe they might have been just like absorbed back into Delta maybe. This is history that I'm not entirely sure of, but yeah, they did not last too much longer than 2007. But I mean, it is cool that they made this livery to celebrate at least being around for this long, and it is a very cool livery. But back here we have the American flag. The registration right here is number 695 Charlie Alpha, and then here we have our engines, which are just plain white, and then the luggage door beneath the engine, and then we have Comair 30 years right there. And it's not like a normal Delta tail. It does have like some white stripes going down it, which is a little bit interesting right there. Nice little detail to it. Or I guess they're more like light blue stripes. Like kind of like go down at the bottom part of the tail, but they don't extend up the tail. It's just a regular Delta logo there. If I can pick this up right. The tail looks really nice. And we also have the Rights 15697. I'm not sure. There's a little paint chip right there. But yes, that is this aircraft right here. And there's also a little bit of glue residue right there. I'm not sure what that is, but there is like a little something there. But I might have just gotten it off. No, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there looks to be a little something You see the little outline right there? Just above the A. I'm not sure. That's like so negligible though. I don't really care that that's there. Even if, and that might even just be nothing. The other side of the livery, full focus, jeez. Come on. There we go. The other side of the livery is quite similar. It just has the 2007 in white instead of in red. And 1997 is up there, 2007 in kind of like the red stripe thingies. But yeah. And this aircraft, by the way, is also realistic in terms of where the landing gear are. Like they're not squished together right there. You can see the landing gear well right there with the Gemini Jets logo, and we also have a stand hole on the bottom of the aircraft, looking very nice. And then also the horizontal stabilizers are in the correct orientation, so that is all good right there. Yes, technically like a superior CRJ-900 mold than my other regular livery Delta Correction CRJ-900. So yes, that is this model right here. A very good deal, thanks to Aviation Retail Direct. I've been wanting to get this model, I guess you could say for a while. I mean, of course, everyone wanted the Delta Connection CRJ-900, and this model is just cool because of, I don't know, I've always liked the Comair 30 years livery. When I first saw it, I didn't even know it existed, but I first saw it in JetPro's Atlanta airport update, if you remember that channel, JetPro, from back in the day. Hopefully he uploads again at some point soon. Definitely enjoyed his O'Hare and Kahului updates, LAX of course. So yeah, shout out to JetPro, I guess, but he included this model in his Atlanta, like just a one-off Atlanta update. And I just thought it looked cool. It looked kind of weird because I'd never seen a Delta Connection CRJ-900 with a Comair special livery or any special livery at all. And I just thought it looked kind of cool. And then, I mean, eventually I figured out this model. I wasn't really into the model collecting back then, but I mean, I still like watch the model airport updates and all. That was back when I was like a really tiny kid. But yeah, this is just a really cool model, and I'm glad that I'm be able to add it to this collection, and it will go really well next to my newer, the 2021 release Delta Connection CRJ-900 in the regular livery. And also, since MSP is getting so many CRJ-900s, this will look great in those airport updates. And so yeah, it will be a big asset. I definitely expect to see this in pretty much every MSP update. I don't see any MSP updates where this wouldn't be in the update, just because there are so many CRJ-900s that fly there, especially with the CRJ-200 being retired. Looks like a majority of those routes are being upgraded to the CRJ-900. Almost all of them, actually, because we're not getting any more CRJ-700s, which I thought we would be getting, but I guess not. So I will try to accommodate these new routes with an extra CRJ-900 model. And if Gemini re-releases the Delta CR900 in the regular livery, I'll probably pick another one up. But until then, I am happy with these two that I have, and especially very happy to add this one to the fleet. I mean, this livery just looks fantastic. I love this livery. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this airport, not airport update. That is the second time I've said that in an unboxing, at the end of an unboxing. So apologies for that. But that is the end of this unboxing here. So I hope you enjoyed it. That is it for today. So I will see you tomorrow. And as always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.